Hi folks, Ryan Mann here,
Jess Cole.
and we're with Sotheby's International Realty. We thought it would be nice to come out on the patio.
Sun is out. It's
Sun
been
is out.
raining a few days.
It has been raining a few days. One of the things about Cape Cod is the spring is not fun, but it could be worse. I understand there were 4,000 scouts that were evacuated from a West Point Camp Re because of 6 inches of snow this past weekend.
Wow.
So we didn't have that.
No, we did not.
We're not. So we're good with that.
And our plants are happy. They're turning green. Flowers are popping.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Before this weekend, we were actually in a drought. I believe we are out of a drought officially, but don't quote me on that. We'll check the weatherman on that. But so yeah, it's, you know, things are kind of coming together. We often say here on Cape Cod that buyers start coming out the same time when the daffodils start coming out. But it has been a slower market here the last few weeks, and we think the real reason for that is the weather. It's still not nice, but with days like this, I think they're going to be coming.
Yeah, we have about a 10% increase in listings than we had last year. And the median household price has actually stayed fairly steady.
Yeah, well, those things are expected for a few reasons. One, with people holding onto their houses longer, and again, the change usually is every 5 to 7 years people are moving or thinking about a move. We didn't see that for several years because of COVID. People really wanted their spot here in paradise on Cape Cod. And I think finally people are saying, okay, it's time to go. It's time to move on or get a bigger house, get a smaller house. It's time to actually get that. And so with that increased inventory, there's increased opportunity for a lot of our buyers.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
It is kind of nice.
You know, the economy's on everybody's mind right now. And, you know, it would be foolish for us to deny that that is playing a role in the lack of buyers that we're seeing, or less buyers than we were seeing a few years ago when demand was very, very high.
Right. Or people holding on to their houses a little bit longer.
Right. So tell me a little bit, Jess, are we seeing houses staying on market longer? Because a lot of people were talking, you see this a lot where people will say, sold my house in 3 days. We're not seeing that as much anymore.
No, but steadily across the last year, houses are still selling within a month.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so that would be the expectation probably going forward. You know, as we see days on market going up, what that typically means is that buyer demand is not as high. And when you see supply and demand, kind of the supply going up and the demand potentially staying kind of the same or a little bit less, you might see a dip in values of those homes. Right. Are we seeing a dip in values?
We are not seeing a dip in value.
Really?
No.
Okay, well, that's good to be a homeowner. But it's also good to be a buyer and know what you're going to expect to pay.
We are also seeing, I definitely am hearing out in the market, people kind of waiting around for rates. Everyone's projecting for the rates to be dropping. So for like the last 2 weeks, they've stayed right around 6%.
Right.
I think that also trying to play that game of of seeing a house that you really love. What I'm also seeing is that other people love it too. And so we are seeing a lot more multiple offers coming in.
Yeah, and the houses that are maybe a little bit more distressed or have more work to do are going to take longer to sell. Those are not the ones necessarily that we're talking about. But the house that everybody loves because it's in the great location and it's in great condition and it's at a great price, you're going to see those multiple offers still. Anything else you'd like to add to our update here today?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just happy that Ryan's back and up and running. I don't know if everyone knows, but Ryan had eye surgery and now he can see greatly.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody's well thoughts on that. And yes, we're back up and running. It's sunny outside, so I still have my sunnies on. But yes, very happy to be back in the saddle. And Jess, you're doing great. I call you Jen. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know a Jen. But, I very much appreciate the hard work you did while I was not able to be in the office quite as much.
Of course. And I think we'll see everyone out there. So have any questions? Want to go see a property? Have a property ready to list? Hit us up.
We'd love to see you. Take care.